Hey, thank you for watching. Okay, so I just want to get right into it. So I just wanted to say that it is about eliciting emotion, finding interest, desire that forces people together. That's what it means for human attraction. And a lot of men that I've talked to, they'll tell me things like, well, I met a guy, he said, I got everything that, everything that a man could want, but I don't have that woman yet. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. And then I met another guy, he pretty much said the same thing. He's like, okay, well, I'm a good man. I know how to treat a woman, all of this or whatever. And they just couldn't understand why they were having a hard time finding a woman. And then I met a woman and she says, well, she thinks that, guys try to talk to her, whatever, but, it really doesn't go anywhere. So I just want to do this video real quick. There's things that, first of all, beauty is subjective, okay? And that means it's in the eye of the beholder, obviously. But what I notice is there's things that everybody can do to be more attractive. You're going to have to get more past the physical. So these are ways, nothing's wrong with being physically attractive. I always think that you should have something physically about you that should, that would stand out. Like for me, it's my style. Or I know specifically, I get compliments on my high cheekbones or whatever. So it's always good to have at least something physical that stands out about you. But more than that, you're going to have to work on the emotion. You're going to have to work on your personality more than anything. And so I looked this up, and the number one thing people love to say is just the energy. Okay, what kind of energy are you bringing when people are around you? All right, a lot of times people will be okay to be around, or they'll look good or whatever, but the energy will be all off. That's the main thing that I'm finding with people, is that when you're around them, you feel a sense of being down, like some kind of a sadness, or that they're always comparing themselves to you in one way or another. It's all kind of different ways that people make you feel, but the energy is number one, okay? Get your energy right. I mean, if you got to learn about chakras, if you if you have to learn how to, do affirmations, things like that. No one wants to be around a Debbie Downer. No one wants to be around somebody that's negative all the time. You want to pay attention to how people react to you. Your energy is going to tell you that. Are you repelling people? Are they staying away from you? Or is your energy drawing people in? So that's the number one thing. Number two, ooh, that's a good one. Kindness. People react to when you show concern for others, okay, that you care. Just being a decent person will go a long way. Another thing people like is a sense of humor. Are you able to laugh? Sometimes I have a dark sense of humor. I'll be mad that I'm laughing at stuff that's really not supposed to be funny, but it might be the way that somebody said it, or it might be the irony in it. But that's one thing that people love to see. Can you laugh and enjoy yourself? So I just want to give a quick example. I think I used this in one of my other videos, but I was at one of the bars. This was a long time ago. It was like a club or whatever. And I noticed that this woman wasn't conventionally good looking, but she was just enjoying herself. Like, she was just so full of light and life that for some reason I'm watching her and, this guy and this lady talk or whatever, and it just kind of drew me and it made me want to be a part of that. So yeah, definitely your sense of humor. Another thing that people like is when you can be relatable, when you can have a similar interest to a person, okay? And these are things that, you can do when you first meet somebody or whatever, but you really want to work on this while you're by yourself, while you're at home. This is something that you can work on every day, especially if you're trying to attract a mate, then you definitely want to work on these things, okay? Oh, my nose is itching like crazy. Okay, so this is another thing I would say, and this is very important. I can walk past somebody and they'll be like, "Ooh, you smell good." Or, something that I learned is to spray, perfume. Me personally, I like to mix it, okay? sometimes I'll mix like a little bit of a manly smell with something very womanly, like maybe a floral or something. And it might not sound good, but I get compliments every time I do it. And then I make sure that not only, do I put it in the post points, but I also spray some on the back of my neck. So if I hug somebody, they'll get a whiff of that. So I get a lot of compliments. You want to make sure you smell good because people can remember you, or that can, bring up excitement in their minds. Okay, touch. And that's why I say you really, attractiveness is about igniting the five senses in someone. So if you're talking to somebody, you might want to be like, oh, you're so silly, touch their arm or whatever. Or like if you're talking about something that's like a deep conversation, you may just want to, touch them, just a little pat, just one of the five senses. If they're suffering or going through something, you want to show that you care by maybe like kind of hugging them or rubbing their back, things like that. All right, so whew, confidence. I don't know if I said this already. I think that kind of goes with energy, but it's just knowing who you are, presenting your package in a way, your best presentation, okay, knowing who you are basically, and your confidence and your energy is going to say more than anything else you could say. All right, sometimes it's going to speak for you. Also, do men and women respect you? Oh my goodness, I cannot tell y'all how many men are looking to see if women get along with other women. And I didn't even know that was like a big thing. But I remember having a conversation with a older man, mature man, and he said what drew him to his wife is that she was the woman. Everybody respected her. Okay, she was very capable of getting things done. So that was the number one thing that he noticed. Do men and women respect you? Yeah, so like I said, this was going to be a very quick video. These are things to work on. Excuse me. These are things to work on other than just physically looking good. Now, I'm not taking anything away from, being physically attractive, having money, working on having assets and things like that. But working on your personality, in my opinion, is going to get you a lot further than looks. Looks might get you in the door, but the personality is going to take you a lot further. If you combine the two, then you're going to feel like you're unstoppable. But definitely work on being adaptable, being assertive, being competent. What else would I say? Yeah, just basically your social skills and then your emotional skills too. Like I said before, I meet guys that look good on paper, okay? They might not be the most handsome, or let's say they are good looking. They have the basics together, whatever. They seem like they're cool, but the minute they don't agree with something or the minute something happens, they just come undone emotionally. So you definitely want to get that emotional behavior together as well. And I think that you'll be okay. But yeah, just nothing wrong with fixing yourself up, all right? If you got weight issues, okay, definitely work on that, but you still got to be confident while you're working on that. Dental issues, definitely get that taken care of. People do pay attention to your smile. That's one of the number one things people will notice about you. Men, I read a study where it says that men are attracted to women with long, healthy hair. Like they can see a woman from the back, and a lot of times that'll let them know. I always thought it was the body, but as I was reading this and seeing some of the responses, no, men pay attention to hair, on a woman when they see her from the back or whatever, which was different than I thought, but hey. All right, so yeah, these are just a few things I wanted to go through. If you're getting anything out of this content, I'd really appreciate if you just subscribe. Also check out Real Life Home Revealed. I gotta put some videos up for that. But yeah, if you like to hear me sing a cappella, hauls and reviews, make sure you check that out as well. Okay, bye for now.